The face of Rochester family homelessness is captured in 4 interviews of clients of Tempro Development Company's Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative. Social workers from Sojourner House at Pathstone have guided these extraordinary individuals in their path to recovery. These videos are organized as chapters so that if you have just 10 minutes available, the first interview explains how permanent supportive housing for families has worked for one woman and her family. This HUD-financed program serves 25 families with children, where the head of household has come from a transitional residential program and has one or more diagnosed disabling conditions. The other 3 interviews illustrate the range of issues these clients have successfully dealt with and the new possibilities that have opened for them and their children. At the end of this video, you will see a joyous celebration of one success story. Tempro is an all-volunteer community support program of Temple Brith Kodesh in suburban Rochester, New York, organized to serve the homeless in 1969. Today, we also house 12 formerly homeless veterans recently returned from service who require intensive case management. And also, we provide emergency housing for 4 to 6 week terms for 90 homeless families each year in individual scattered site homes owned by us. I am Richard Rosen, president of Tempro. You can learn more at tbk.org/Tempro.
Hi, Tree.
So we're talking about the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative. And how long have you been here, Tina?
Since December
Of
2013.
2013.
So just about 6 months.
So you're new to the program.
Yes, I am.
How did you get into the program?
I was actually in Sojourner Transitional Housing,
Okay.
and I asked if I could come to the Greece location.
Why did you want Greece?
Because in the city, I've been in the city about 20 years, let's say, and most of them years all of them years been drug addicted. So I knew that if I stayed there, there's no way that I was gonna make it. So out here, I had a better chance. And so far, I'm doing great.
Okay.
And my girls are too. You can see the difference in all of us. In the schools that they go to is a lot better. They have a lot better opportunity. They seem happier. My 7-year-old was being teased in her other school, and she said, when she first came, she goes, "Mommy, I like this school. There's no bullies here." Mm-hmm. So that's, that made me happy, because which is good. My other daughter loves this school too, so it's better. They're a lot better. I'm a lot better.
Why was Cassandra being teased?
'Cause she's a little overweight.
She's
going crying all the time. She said, "I don't want to go to school." I used to have to drag her to school. I used to hate it. I used to cry all the time. I didn't want to leave her. And it caused a lot of problems with me because I would go in there and act a fool, and I would tell them little kids, and they'd be like, "Oh, we'll take care of it. Never got taken care of, but, it's crazy.
Well, the girls, your girls participated in the study buddy program, the tutoring program.
They love it.
That is at the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative. Yep. And what'd they like about it?
Just that they could come here and other kids, were here. Everybody's studying together. At first, they were kind of shy because they were new. But afterwards, they didn't even want me to walk them here. We had that phone thing going on, did they get there, that texting back and forth that we do. But, then they're like, "It's over already." I'm like, yeah, they didn't want it to end. I'm like, it has to end, but it'll be there next year. So they're really excited. They loved it. They loved it. I think they felt a little bit, like the other kids, and then they got to know the other kids that are in the program also. So now when they see each other, they're, "Hi," and stuff. So, yeah, they got to meet friends. So it's a good thing.
Tina, is this the first time you've ever been homeless?
No, but it's the first time that I've gotten this opportunity to have my own place for me and my girls. It's always been, having to stay at somebody's house till I could, you know, eventually get my own place again. And it's always been, you know, very hard because you got to deal with a lot of, you know, other issues. It's hard to start over.
If you feel comfortable, would you tell me a little bit about your past and what traumas or life situations you've experienced growing up or in your early adulthood that have led you to be homeless?
I first became homeless when I was 8. My mother left, so me and my older sister, she was 10 at the time. We had family in that city, but nobody would help us. You know what I mean? It's hard to believe, but it's true.
Where were you living then?
We were living in Arizona then at the time, in Tucson, Arizona, and I don't know. It was just an ugly situation. We used to live in a barrio, you know, neighborhood, and there was, you know, street kids, you know, gang activity. So I think we all took to each other because we had nobody. You know what I mean? So we all used to sleep in a park, at the local park at night, and then there was a swimming pool there, so we would go in the daytime. You know, they had the shower things there. We'd take showers, and then they had this free lunch program at this park, so we would eat there. Or sometimes we would go steal from the grocery store and just have like a cookout, you know. They have a lot of mesquite trees up there, so we could just cut them down and start a fire. So we survived on that for a little bit, a couple years, and then this friend, I guess she knew my mother for a long time or something, but after a couple of years, she took us in when she seen us living at the park and stuff. So she took us in, and, you know, I went back to school, and my sister did too. And about, I think when I had already started working, had a job, and then I met this guy and got pregnant, and then my mom came back into the picture.
How old were you?
About 19.
So you were homeless on and off from the age of 8 to 19
Mm-hmm.
and involved in gangs.
Yeah, I started using drugs when I was 15. So that made a lot of huge difference in my lifestyle because I did a lot of things to support my drug habit. My first time using drugs, I injected heroin and cocaine. So that was up to the races. I would steal, prostitute, rob people, do all kinds of things just to get drugs. So, you know, it was a lifestyle, I guess. It's hard. I didn't even stop using drugs when I was pregnant. That's sad but true.
So you met someone at the age of 19,
Mm-hmm. Drug dealer.
a drug dealer.
I think all my baby's dads have been drug dealers.
Okay.
I think it's been more about the drug than love. I don't think I've ever really loved any of them. I think I just got with, to be honest with you, I just got with them because they were drug dealers. They had drugs.
And where were you living then?
In Tucson.
Still in Tucson?
Yeah.
then? Okay.
I stayed there till I was 24. And then this girl that I knew, that she was a stripper, lived across the hall from me. And she was coming to Rochester, actually to Grace. And the day she was leaving, she would tell me every day, come, you know, maybe, you know, you'll change over there, you don't know nobody, and, you know, you can start over. So I came, you know, but I still had a habit, you know, and having a habit coming somewhere new, you're going to go look for it. You know, you're still going to surround yourself with the same kind of people. So the only change was just the city and the people, but they're still doing the same thing, so, you know. But yeah, I decided to come, and just took my 3 little kids at that time. And it also got me away from the gangs, which is a huge part in my life that I did want to get out of, you know.
Why did you want to leave the gangs?
Because it was just the things that we were doing, you know. It was crazy. I didn't want my kids growing up in that. I really didn't. It's just not a lifestyle to live. Selling drugs, but, you know, the robbing and all that stuff really escalated. You know, people are now starting to shoot people and stab people, and it was just getting ugly.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I didn't want to be a part of anymore, you know.
When you came to Rochester, you said it was just the people and the places that changed.
Hmm.
Were you involved in gang activity here, or did you leave
No,
that
I
behind?
left that behind. It's just the drug addiction that still stayed with me.
Okay.
I tried to get clean plenty of times, but I was always doing one or the other. I was never completely sober. I was either drinking, using heroin, using coke, smoking weed, but I was always doing something, so I was never really sober.
How did you become involved with CPS?
I actually called them on myself when I first wanted to get help. I called them and I told them that I was living with a drug addict and a drug dealer, that I was using drugs, and that there was a lot of domestic violence in the house, fighting, and that I needed their help to get sober. That I had 2 girls that I didn't want to lose, and I needed a change. So they helped me.
That was a huge decision on your part.
That was the only way that I could figure out that I would really stop. Because I knew that if I didn't, I'd lose my girls, and that's all I got is my girls.
Do you have a history of domestic violence other than that situation?
Yeah, a lot. I think all my relationships have been domestic violence. And when I was a little girl, too, I was abused. I was raped when I was 6. My father I remember my father abusing me, and some of my mother's boyfriends also. So I've been involved in domestic violence from a young age.
You've been in this program for 6 months. What are your goals while you're here?
My goals while I'm here, I want to complete my CD program. After I do that, I want to go back to school. I want to become a KSAC worker.
What does a KSAC worker do?
Actually, she's helps with counsel for drug addicted people. All them little thingies. I don't know all the thingies, but when I get my certificate, I'll know them by then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you want to be a KSAC worker?
Yeah, I want to give back, because I know what it's like. And a lot of I'm not saying the majority, but the majority of KSAT workers now have no clue. They don't understand. They're just learning from a book. And you can talk to them till you're blue in the face and they won't understand you because they've never been there. They haven't done that. And I think I'd rather have a KSAC worker that knows, that understands. Because they've been there.
How long have you been clean?
A year and 5 days.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's good. I feel so good.
What else do you want to do while you're in this program?
Anything and everything that I can.
What are your goals for your kids while you're here?
I want them to do great in school. And just for them to just feel free to be, kids. Be normal kids. Well, nothing to worry about, No serious stuff. Just let them be kids. They've been through a lot. They need to be kids. They don't have to worry about where we're going to sleep, or is mommy going to be high today, or what is she going to be doing, All that stuff is gone, They feel good here. They feel safe here.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Trey.
So we're talking about the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative through Sojourner House at Pastone and Temporary Development.
I've been in the program just over 3 years.
Where were you before this program?
Originally South Carolina. I was in an extremely abusive relationship with my husband. And I'm originally from Rochester. I had left my husband here, and then I went back to him because he said, he'd done all the anger management stuff, and I wanted Cody to have what I considered a regular life. I came back here literally with the clothes on my back and a bag for Cody. And when I came back here, I didn't have anything. I was homeless. I was sleeping on friends' couches. I was an active user between cocaine and pot and drinking. You know, I'd started chemical dependency at Park Ridge, and I had been clean, but it was hard because I was living someplace where, you know, they were using my drugs of choices. And my chemical dependency worker was like, you know, it's not a safe place. And, you know, she got me teamed up with Sojourner House. And it was a good fit because I could take my son. And a lot of the other programs, like, you know, the women's residence at Park Ridge and stuff, you can't have your children with you. And I wasn't going anywhere without my son. Has flourished. He had state testing where he got perfect scores and had got two presidential awards. You know, for perfect testing in his math and his English. He, you know, started with the study buddy program, and then turned around and wanted to give back because he liked it, and became a tutor for the study buddy program. Sojourner House really, I think, saved me because I was pretty low.
When you say you were pretty low in life, what does that mean?
I really didn't want to be around anymore.
So when you came to the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative, did Cody start school in Greece?
Yes. Has flourished. He had state testing where he got perfect scores and had got two presidential awards. You know, for perfect testing in his math and his English. He, you know, started with the study buddy program, and then turned around and wanted to give back because he liked it, and became a tutor for the study buddy program. This year he has started coming out and being a kid again, whereas he doesn't have to take care of mom anymore because things are taken care of. And this program has helped me. In Sojourner, it was very structured. This is what you did, and at this time you got up at this time, you did this time. With the supportive living, it's not all that structure that you were taught, but it gives you still some structure. If I'm having a hard time or I'm going through an issue where I'm struggling, I have the support with Tree, with you know, Tree being able to say, okay, well, have you talked to your mental health counselor? Have you talked to your CD counselor? Have you talked to your psychiatrist? You know, and giving me ideas and suggestions, you know, and it's not just about her telling me what to do. She's showing me that these are the suggestions you have, and these are the consequences that come after. And helping me make the choice, as opposed to sitting there saying, this is what you have to do. And that makes me grow, because before it was I would just go blindly, like, okay, door number 1, 2, or 3, and I don't care about the consequences. And making me stop to think, okay, wait, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do this, that's going to happen, which is better for me. And in this program, that's, I think, an invaluable, you know, as users, we don't stop to think. You know, we think the quick fix. If I get high, I'm going to feel better. You know, not I'm going to feel better and then, okay, I'm going to feel like crap afterwards. You know, it's being able to know that there's consequences to those actions and being reminded of them.
Cheryl, I'm going to ask a difficult question. That is what this program is designed to do. And, you know, we hear that it is helpful, but you don't walk in and your life totally changes. It takes time. Mm-hmm. Have you done anything in this program that maybe you wished you hadn't done or that you regret?
I have fallen off the wagon. not proud of it, because I cherish this program and I know what it gives me. And I've had a lot of medical scares. I had cancer. I had to have a lumpectomy. And for me, my go-to when I get scared is get high. And I told Trey I used, and I thought I was going to lose everything again. And she gave me another chance.
When you used this time, how is it different from other times you've used? What did you do differently?
I knew it was wrong, because I've learned. And it didn't fix the problem. You know, I had to earn that trust back. And I did. I now have a little over a year and a half clean. You know? But it was, I stumbled, I fell, and she gave me another chance. And this program gave me another chance. Whereas I have family that would never give me another chance. I don't have anybody except for Cody. And he is my world. And I love him. He fills me up.
What do you hope to accomplish for you and for your family in the future?
I want Cody to graduate from high school, have a normal, go to prom. If he wants to join a sports team, do that. Right now he's in band. He plays tuba. He actually won an award last year for it. He's a straight A honor roll, high honor roll with distinction. He could have gone a whole different route because of me. And I am so proud of him. Because he's caring, he's considerate, he's smart, and and I've been open with my addiction with him. He knows, you know, what mommy did and what, you know, that it's not right and that these things can ruin your life. And I wanted him to know those things. People are like, oh, he doesn't need to know. He needs to know because it's out there. It's in the schools. It's everywhere. And there has been a couple instances where he's been offered drugs and he doesn't do it. He comes and tells me it. You know, he's like, you know, just so he knows. I don't want this to continue. My mom was abused as a kid. She didn't drink, but the rest of her family did. You know, and then she married an abuser. And then I was abused as a kid and I married. I don't want this to continue. It's gotta stop. And for me, I'm graduating chemical dependency finally. It's a little bit of a hard thing for me because I don't do change so well. We have to kind of work up to that. I'm graduating chemical dependency. I'm working on my mental health, going into the trauma group, and interpersonal skills because I have a little issue with being able to tell people how I feel about things, or I don't, you know, I kind of let people just walk over me. But I'm going to learn, you know, something that I should have learned when I was a kid, but didn't have the skills. And that's important to me. I need to, and I've been building steps because I didn't have any steps. And I can sleep in my own bed now. And I may still have horrible nightmares, but I know that's what they are now. They're nightmares. And the monsters can't get me unless I let them. and this program has helped me every step of the way. I, medically, I've had a couple medical scares between breast cancer, and then I had a severe staph infection that turned into MRSA that I almost died from. But not for Tree, I probably would have, because I was hiding from everybody, and Tree found me and made sure I got to the hospital, and was, real sick there for a while, but finally I'm better.
Hi, Loretta.
Hi, Tree.
So you're living in the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative here in Greece, New York.
Yes, I am.
When did you join the program?
September of 2010.
How long have you been using alcohol?
28 years.
28 years.
Yeah.
Do you think that there were any life situations that led you to your alcohol use?
Yes, I would have to say, when I was young, I was molested by my stepfather. I was given alcohol at a very young age by my stepfather and my mom. So I would have to say that led to it.
How old were you when you started using alcohol?
11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Was your first time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why did you decide to get clean?
I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I wanted something better for my kids and also for myself. I really like this program because they don't push you out when you're not ready. They let you stay. They'll tell you it's up to you. When you feel like you're ready, you can leave. I've been here since 2010. I'm not ready yet. I hopefully will be ready pretty soon, but at this moment, I'm not ready to leave. I still need the support.
Are you working?
Oh yes, I'm working at Red Lobster. I'm a prep specialist.
And I believe you've done some volunteer work too. Is that correct?
Yeah, I volunteer at my church. Yes, because it's about giving back to the community. So the volunteering is, my church had this program where it was called Peter's Cupboard, and we would feed the homeless. And some days I would go down there and set up events for the other churches that, I don't know how to put this. I would just go down there and volunteer at my church and make phone calls and stuff like that.
How long have you been clean?
May 25th of this year, this is 2014, I've been clean for 4 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You said that you appreciate that the program hasn't forced you out.
Right.
What?
I believe if we're forced to leave before we're ready, we're going to get, some of us will spiral downhill. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Some people will spiral downhill, and then they got to start all over again. So that's why I'm so thankful for this program. They let you stay until you know you're ready, and that way you're not being put in a bad situation. And so, like I said, when I'm ready, I'm thankful the program will let me stay until I'm ready. Unfortunately, the job aspect, they're not giving me too many hours, so now I have to go for my other passion, which is nursing. So that's why I'm going to school for nursing. So once I get that goal set and I start working full time, I will be able to move on and get a house and just get stuff that I know that I could be proud to say is mine.
There has something that has prevented you from going into nursing, or at least working in that field. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about that? What happened?
When I was in my addiction, I was a home health aide, and I got caught falsifying my timesheet. And I did 3 years probation for that. And what I need, and in order for me to get a certificate of relief from the judge so I can go into that, I had to prove myself and to the judge that I am worthy of that certificate. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. But this is what I have accomplished.
So do you feel like this program has given you the time to do that?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
What are your plans for the future? Other goals that you have set outside of nursing school and purchasing a home? What are other goals for you and your family?
Take a vacation.
Take a vacation.
All of us together. I got 7 kids. Get all my 7 kids and all my 14 grandkids and just go on vacation. I need a vacation after all of that.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Any other comments you have about this experience that you'd want people to know about?
I believe if this program hadn't been here, me and so many other women would not be alive today.
Why do you say that?
Because we would have nowhere else to go. So I just pray they keep this program open and open up more programs.
So because you're in the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative, your children had the opportunity to be in a suburban school district. Do you think that that's made a difference in their lives and their education?
Yes, because my other kids that was in the city school, not bashing them, but they dropped out. My daughter that moved out here with me, she went to Greece Olympia and she graduated.
I remember that day.
Yes. So yes, that made a big difference in being in the city and being in suburban.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Lachey.
Hi, Tree.
How long have you lived at the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative?
Since 2011.
Okay. Would you describe how you became homeless?
Well, originally I moved from Charlotte, North Carolina back here. I was going through some anxiety and depression issues and family issues, and I became homeless, and I ended up in a women's shelter.
Do you prefer a suburban location over a city location, and why?
Absolutely. My son, great student, honor roll student. He goes to Greece Athena, and I love it there. He has great friends, his teachers. I can communicate more versus when my daughter went to a city school. She did well, but I can see the difference. It's a huge difference. So he's benefiting a lot from being in this program with me. He knows that mommy's okay because he's seen me go through so much. Your kids are right there with you, and then when they see you happy, finally, it's like it's a relief off your children, because your children are stressed out with you, and you think they don't go through it with you. They do. They just hold a lot inside. So now we can talk. We can sit and have dinner together and talk about what happened in the past, and we can smile now because it's like we've came so far, so far. And my daughter, she just told me the other day, she said, "Mom, I'm so proud of you." She's like, "You're so beautiful." And I just was like, wow. So 3-4 years ago, she could have told me that, and I would have been like, whatever, I don't believe you. Now I'm like, I'm so confident. It just feels good to have that, and your children are doing well right along with you.
Each year, Sojourner House at Pastone recognizes a woman who has successfully graduated from our program and has demonstrated a commitment to becoming a productive member of our community. The winner demonstrates an unyielding commitment to overcome obstacles and also exhibits a willingness to share her strength and positive energy with others. It is my pleasure to present our 2014 Epiphany Award to Miss Loretta Rafter. Loretta, will you join me up here for a few minutes? I met Loretta 4 years ago, she was leaving Sojourner House here on Millbank Street, and she was coming to the Suburban Supportive Housing Initiative in Greece.
Started drinking when I was 11 years old because some adult thought it would be funny to see a little kid drunk. Well, that was the beginning of my 31 years of going into a downward spiral. At the age of 39, I received my DUI charge. At the age of 41, I got into trouble for falsifying my timesheet. After I got into trouble these two times, you would think that I would stop drinking, but I didn't. I had to have my epiphany at the age of 42. So on May 25th, 2010, I checked into rehab at Park Ridge Chemical Dependency. In order for me to go to Park Ridge, I had to give up my apartment, change people, places, and things. When I left inpatient, I came straight to Sojourner House, one of the smartest things I ever did. And while at Sojourner House, I would sit in the library and look at the plaques and pictures of all the ladies that came before me, who had accomplished their goals and dreams. So I would sit there and say to myself, one day I'm going to have my picture on the plaque on the library wall, because I'm going to do something better with my life. I remember when Tree Clemens came to interview me for supported living, and she asked me what were some of my goals, and I told her to get my GED and go to culinary school, which I have accomplished. And my other goal was to enroll into nursing school and get my picture on the wall at the Sojourner House. And Tree Clemens looked at me and she said that she believed I would accomplish anything I set out to do. Tree Clemens, you are my champion.